Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. First of all, apologies for not having posted on Sunday, and I didn't even give you any warning that I wouldn't be posting it. But I don't know what, from September of last year, I've been in and out of allergies and asthma, but I'm still on medication. And in fact, I've finally found my voice back this morning. So I've started the shorts today, both in Hindi as well as in English. And this particular reading is not your weekend reading, but I'm going to post this probably tomorrow. It is the 27th today, and I think 28th would be a good day for it to come out, because this reading, as you must have seen on the thumbnail, is a full moon reading. This is a blue moon reading, a full moon in Sagittarius, now which is happening on the 31st of May. All right, this is very powerful time. This is the time you take stock of your situation. When we talk about a blue moon, basically when you have two full moons in 1 month, that's when you call it a blue moon. It's not a common occurrence. And as you can see with these cards which I've placed here, the blue moon says believe in the impossible. This is, and having that in the sign of Sagittarius is even better. And there are going to be a lot of shifts which we are coming into astrologically. You can always check that on the internet. It's very powerful. And I haven't been doing new moon and full moon readings for the longest time, but I just felt that this had to go out there and this would help you. All right, it's going to be a very quick reading because I'm going to just look at two questions. One is what is it that you need to release to be free? And two is, where is it that you're going to see progress and expansion in your life? And then advice cards. All right. Now, before we dive into this reading, usually a full moon is a time of completions, closing out a cycle, looking back on the 6 months which have passed. Basically, if this is a full moon in Sagittarius, from new moon in Sagittarius, which would have been in November, December, till this time, you're going to see that what were the intentions you set during the new moon in Sagittarius, and then you check during the full moon whether you've actually done what you intended to do. How much have you progressed? Did you meet the goal, or did you go further, or were there setbacks? What did you learn from them? This is the time you take stock of whatever has happened in the past 6 months. Most of us don't remember, but if you can actually jot it down, even if it's in just point form, it'll just help you. All right. If you do keep a journal, then it's easier for you to go back and see, what things that are highlighted, what all happened, and what you learned from it. Now, having said that, and yes, and you're supposed to learn the lessons in these 6 months, what you did do or didn't do, and give yourself a pat on the back, no matter how it turned out. All right, because one way or the other, it's definitely made you wiser. Now, before we get into the reading or tell you anything, introduce you to the piles, I want you to take a look at these 3 cards which I've placed here. This card is the card which just says full moon, which is applicable across all the full moons, which says surrender to the divine. What does this mean? It means that you had set an intention 6 months ago, and thereafter you're just supposed to, after doing your bit, the outcome you need to surrender to the divine. So whether it's coming just now or it comes 2 months later, this is not for you to worry about. You've done your bit, and now just leave it to the universe, trusting the universe. Now, specifically for the full moon in Sagittarius, what it says is look at the bigger picture. So, when we talk about Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, it is the planet of expansion, and the Centaur, the Sagittarius, embodies those qualities of looking at things from a distance, zooming out to get a complete picture, keeping your thoughts positive, being, keeping your integrity intact, and looking at things from a larger point of view, not going closer. It's not about focusing. It's about, especially when you get despondent, this is why you see Sagittarians, you'll find them extremely positive. Why are they positive? Because they don't let anything get to them. when there's a lot of pressure that happens, for some time they feel it, and then they start zooming out. And the minute you zoom out and you look at the larger picture, you find that whatever you're fretting over is actually something which is trivial. It's not so big, but in your head it becomes so big. All right, so this is something that you need to do, especially on those days when you feel a little low. Look at the bigger pictures, look at the good things that have happened. Don't just focus on something that keeps you stuck or despondent. And last but not the least is this, because it's a blue moon: believe in the impossible. If you have followed your heart, if you followed your intuition, if there is something that you really want, go for it. Follow your heart, but don't get attached to the outcome. Leave that to the universe. All right? So this is a message for each and every one of you, irrespective of the pile you're going to choose. I shall introduce you to the piles. I will be incorporating these cards. Now, just because one says happiness and the other says love and the whatever it is, doesn't mean that those things can't come to the other piles. It's just for you to choose from, and whatever calls to you. So just don't go for it just like that. There may be so many other things that come out in the cards. All right, so let me introduce you to the piles. Pile number 1 is the citrine crystal, or the happiness card. Pile number 2 is love and the red jasper. Pile number 3 is career and the malachite. And pile number 4 is success, and you have the clear quartz. Beautiful seekers, for those of you who are naturally intuitive, timestamps will be given below. You may head to your pile and I'll see you there. And for those of you whom the quick meditation helps to center yourself so that you can choose in case you're confused, then beautiful seekers, sit with your spine erect, palms open, facing upward. When you're ready and calm, close your eyes. Gently take in a deep breath. Hold. Focus between your eyebrows, centering yourself. Connect with your intuition, your inner guidance, knowing that it will never lead you astray. When you're ready, gently breathe out. Take your time. When you're ready, open your eyes. Whichever pile you're called to, that is your pile. And now I will see you at your pile. Pile number 1, those of you who've chosen the happiness card with these birds flying in all directions and the sun in the center and this beautiful citrine crystal, welcome to your reading. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm doing this after a long time and I've actually been missing you, but my voice just wasn't there. And now, to begin with your reading, as if you've not seen the intro, I feel this time you should, because I've explained about the blue moon, the full moon in Sagittarius, as well as full moons in general. All right, it just might help if you're not aware of it already. Now for this pile, I feel you have a great sun connection. Either you need to strengthen your sun, or the sun is already very strong. You could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be your sun sign, but I feel it's in your big 3. All right? For some of you, if you don't resonate with that, but you're still drawn to this, you may have to work on your solar plexus chakra. Maybe you need to work on your self-worth and your self-confidence. And just doing that will guarantee a lot of happiness, because somewhere your lack of confidence and self-worth may be keeping you stuck. All right, we're going to keep this card here and the crystal here, and we'll begin your reading. So first card is to tell you what is it that you need to release in order to be free, and for that you get Death in reverse. And the second card is where is it that you're going to see progress and expansion, and you get the Five of Wands in reverse. And then you have the Radiance card. Oh, I love that. And you have Emotions are running high. Is this card coming in? No, it is not. That's better. And then you have first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. That's exactly what I was getting with this card here. All right. So where do we put this? We put this here. All right, pile number one. What is it that you need to release in order to be free? You need to release your fear. There's a transformation waiting to happen. Your old ways are no longer serving you, but you're holding on to it. The same story repeated across so many people across the world, whatever age group, whatever gender. And what is that? That the known devil is better than the unknown. The fact is that something in your life is no longer serving you. You know that. It's causing you a lot of unhappiness, a lot of discomfort. But the thought of leaving that situation fills you with dread. What if the next situation is worse than this? And this is keeping you stuck. And if you release that and allow this death to happen, what you can see here is a portal. It's opening. The sun is rising there. It's something beautiful, but you just don't want to get out of the situation because you are so scared. And why are you so scared? Because you have not worked on your self-confidence. You've not worked on your self-worth. You may be the kind who, encourage people around you, tell them that they can do it, just root for everyone. But when it comes to yourself, you just don't feel you're good enough. And if you're watching this reading and if this has resonated with you, pile number one, it's time for you to get out of this energy, this place that you are stuck in, be it your work, be it a home situation, be it a friendship, whatever it is, something that is an important thing in your life. You feel connected to it. It could be a person, it could be a place, it could be something which is not giving you a happiness. It's taking from you. You recognize it, but the thought of leaving this feels scary because this is all that you know. No matter how bad the situation is, at least you're used to it. And this is because you don't feel that you can hack it alone. If you leave this place, you feel you're going to get into something worse than this. All hell will break loose, and then when you come crawling back, it's going to be bad. But that is your mindset that needs to change. All right, I'm unblocking this energy for you. Let this transformation happen. What needs to end, let it end, so that you can have a great beginning, so that you can be free. You need to work on your solar plexus chakra. And usually when there is a lack of self-worth, it's not just the solar plexus. You need to work on your bottom three chakra. The Mooladhara, which is your root chakra, your Swadhisthana, which is your sacral chakra, and your Manipura, which is your solar plexus chakra. Why? Because your root chakra talks about all your fears, your insecurities, patterns that you've got from your ancestors as well as your own growing up, your lack mindset, poverty consciousness, all your insecurities, dense energies are right at the base. Then comes guilt and shame. This is what causes the biggest block in our creativity, in our passions, in our desires, because we feel a lot of shame and guilt and everything is suppressed. And the third one is our self-worth and our self-confidence. So unless the bottom, all these three chakras are open and functioning properly, you really can't move on and live your best life. Happiness is waiting to happen, so do not stop this from happening. Trust in yourself, surrender to divine, but the first choice of walking away from the situation lies with you. You need to know that you are good enough exactly the way you are, whoever you are, wherever you are, whether you are well-read or you are uneducated formally, whether you have a great job, a lot of money, or you have absolutely nothing to talk about, whatever it is. If some of you are praised for your looks and nothing else, or if you don't feel good about the way you look, whatever it is, because on this planet, everyone around you makes you feel less than. Even if you get a compliment for one thing, it will be backhanded, which takes away from something else. But it will affect you only if you feel less than from within. If you change your self-concept, it wouldn't matter to you what anyone says. And this is where you need to be, because your best life is waiting to happen. And with the full moon in Sagittarius, this blue moon, believe in the impossible. You can do this. You've got this. All right? It will be uncomfortable. Let me not lie to you. You've been in this energy. You've been stuck. You've been taking so much. Now, if you actually zoom out, as they say, look at the bigger picture. How much are you taking on? Unpleasant things are you taking on to yourself just because you don't want to get out of that situation? Now, instead of thinking of the worst case scenario, how about thinking about the best case scenario? What if you trust yourself? What if you say that in this horrible situation, I've managed to cope for years, maybe for some of you, and now I am standing by myself no matter what and getting out of this situation, because I trust in myself and I trust in the universe, and whatever happens, I'll find a way. If I could cope in this, I can cope anywhere, and not just cope, I will thrive. You say this to yourself every single day, and no matter who talks to you, however close they are to you, whatever they say, you talk very kindly to yourself. All right? If you have to fake it, because you're not used to it. But this is going to help you, and take it from someone who has actually done this herself. I have actually changed the whole negative self-talk narrative over the past 3 to 4 years, and it's a game changer, and you really need to do this. All right? You will be so free. You will see this beautiful sun shining again for you, and this sun here, see? So much of happiness. You'll be free to fly. You'll be free to do anything that you want to do. You have to push through with this first quarter moon in Cancer. Push through any insecurity. So you do need to work on your bottom 3 chakras. You can use chakra meditations, which are available free on YouTube. You have them on Meditative Mind. You can listen to those frequencies. You can surround yourselves with reds, oranges, and yellow, the color, and also, consume fruits and vegetables which are red, orange, and yellow. Soak in a lot of sun. Ground your energy, walk bare feet on the ground, engage in activities like gardening, or if you have a pet, sit on the floor, sit with them for a while, exercise, ground your energy, all right, and be very kind to yourself. Now, because of habit, if you keep having negative self-talk, the minute you utter it, take it back and say no. Whatever it is, say, if you say, oh, I always do this wrong, and you say, no, I don't always do this wrong. I make a mistake because I'm doing so much. It's not as though I make someone else do this for me. I do it. I made a mistake. It doesn't matter. I always correct for it. If I make a mistake, I only correct for it. Start talking to yourself like that, and then you'll find your world changing. All right? What is going to progress in your life and expand in your life? And you get the Five of Wands in reverse. This situation which you're staying stuck, when you come out of it, you will find, your nervous system calms down, because there's going to be no argument, there's going to be no conflict, there will be no inner conflict, and there will be no conflict in your surroundings. And when that happens, all these high-strung emotions that you had, all these high-strung emotions which were there when you were in this situation, and they may feel heightened when you're actually taking the decision to walk away from here, but suddenly it's as though a huge heavy boulder has been lifted off your shoulders. All right, that's how you're going to feel. Your nervous system will calm down. For the first time, you might, maybe in months or years, actually experience freedom in a way that, it's going to be a huge relief. You may first feel spent, then you will feel relief, then the fear might want to come up again. But make sure you practice breathing. If you can do meditation, great. But keep grounding your energy and be very, very kind to yourself. All right? And you find the minute you get used to this calm, your life is going to change big time. Pile number 1. Look at this card here. This is the phoenix rising from the ashes. And that's what you're doing with this death card here. You are rising again, and so powerfully. And this time, no one can, tell you to tone down your light, because you are going to be radiant. You are going to shine bright. There's nothing but happiness waiting ahead. But that particular shift to be able to get out of your situation, that is going to make you tense, but does not matter. Every time you feel tension building up, breathe, ground your energies, and zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. And then just see where you're stuck. And if you could do all this, why couldn't you do much better when you're alone, when you don't have to go through all that negativity? You are this wonderful phoenix. Your life is about to change. Do not fear the transformation. All right? For each of you, this is going to be different. The situation will be different. Apply it to yourself. But happiness is waiting to happen. That is all I have for you, pile number 1. I'm wishing you all the very best. You got this. You can do this. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 2, those of you who've chosen this love card here and the red jasper, welcome to your reading. For some of you, you need to ground your energy. All right? You may have insecurities or fears regarding connections because of something that has happened in your family. It could be your parents, or it could be someone close to you. But these energies need to be worked upon. I feel a lot of insecurity kind of energy here, and you need to ground your energy. Work on your root chakra. I keep saying this in all my readings, that most human beings live an entire lifetime and pass on without healing their bottom 3 chakras. And that is why the kind of happiness or the kind of quality of life that you want, you don't see because you're blocked. And what are these blocks? Your root chakra talks about your basic insecurities, fears, your attitude towards money. These could be things that have carried on in your lineage, or this could be just immediately what you'd get from your parents and your surroundings when you're really young, and things that keep you stuck, that have expanded in your mind and need to be released. That is your root. Your sacral talks about guilt and shame, and finally your solar plexus talks about your self-worth and your self-confidence. And these 3 are linked. Once this is done, your life just improves. All right, thereafter it's your heart. It's so easy to work on your heart once these three chakras are worked upon. And so you've got to begin with working on your root chakra. All right, this is something that's important for you, and you'll find, you know, there may be beautiful connections coming in, but if you don't feel worthy, if you have fears, if you are insecure about yourself, even the perfect connection you will doubt, you will self-sabotage. And to be able to allow love to come in, which I feel is a theme here, you need to work on your insecurities. What's holding you back? Why do you feel you're not good enough? Why do you feel you're not worthy of what it is that you want? All right, very important. Now, the first card talks about what is it that you need to release in order to be free, and you get the Knight of Pentacles. The second card is what is going to progress and expand in your life, and you get the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And then you have miracles. Wow, I love that. Believe in the impossible and miracles. So let's keep that right in the center. That's different from how I did it for the last pile, but I feel like doing it this way for you. And then you have the answers you need are coming, and you get open up to change, new moon in Aquarius. I like that. I like this energy. All right. What I'm getting from here is that what you need to release is somebody whom you are waiting for. There's someone whom you're very interested in, and I feel, just looking at it being the Knight of Pentacles, that you've been waiting for a long time for something to happen here. This person may be a very trustworthy person. They may have been your friend, and you are in love with them perhaps, and you're waiting for them to make that offer, but they are taking forever to come. All right, and this is triggering all your insecurities. And you're being told to work on your bottom three chakras, starting with the root chakra. When you start doing that, you will start seeing things differently. Look at the bigger picture. When you start doing that, you'll start understanding yourself better, and ask yourself, why is it that you have put everything on hold, waiting for an offer from such a person who's taking their own sweet time? Why is it affecting you? Why is it pushing your buttons? Why is it that you feel unworthy because they're not making you that offer? What is it about you that needs to change? Once you start that introspection, you will find that you don't really get stuck on this person, and you start working on whatever it is that you're waiting for from them. You start giving it to yourself. Whatever you love about them, you start discovering in yourself. All right? You've got to move your focus from this person and the offer that you're waiting for onto yourself. Once you do that, the real shift will start. This is what's going to change things. Open up to change. This is step number one. All right? You have to let them go and shift the focus from them to you. And that's when things are about to change for you, and big time. This is going to free you. With, as I was saying, this is the blue moon in Sagittarius, the luckiest sign possibly in the zodiac, with the blessings of Jupiter. Just this one act of freeing yourself from wherever it is that you're stuck. For most of you, this is a person with this love card here. It's an added confirmation. But for the few of you whom this may be a career situation or something, there is something that you want really badly. It's not meant for you at this time. And the answer lies within your healing your bottom three chakras, especially the root. All right? And the minute you do that, you'll start finding, when you start working on your bottom three chakras, See, healing is a lifelong journey. It's not as though you can heal tonight and tomorrow morning you will get something. Healing is an ongoing journey. But when you are actually committed, the energy will start shifting and you will feel it. All right? Now, what is progressing and expanding in your life? For some of you, if it was a career situation, you are going to make it big. All right? You will have this. Once you start working on your self-concept, your root, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, once you understand yourself, you believe in yourself, you're going to have this beautiful energy of someone who's going to start afresh and build their life. And this is going to be so beautiful, and it's going to be tangible. It's something that you actually feel proud of. For those of you who've actually managed to release this, free yourself from here, there could be someone new who's coming to you. This person is also very solid. All right? This person may come across as immature to you, but this person will actually move things forward. Even though this is a pentacle card as well as this person comes into your life after you've done the healing. This is stuck here in order to push you towards healing. This is what you get after the healing in the form of a miracle. And this person is going to change your life. For all you know, this person could also be the same person, but you don't know that, and you don't need to know that, because right now your focus is to be on yourself. And when you work on yourself, surrendering to the divine, looking at the bigger picture, understanding that this person was here to teach you about your own self-concept, and then letting them go, freeing yourself from that, working on yourself, what is important to you, what you need to do, what you love to do, apart from this person. That is when things start shifting, the miracles start coming in. Believe in the impossible. Now you might feel, believe in the impossible. No, I believe that this is the person for me. Maybe, who's to say? Maybe this person is the same one, but they're definitely not coming in if you're stuck here. You have to free this, work on yourself to be able to get this miracle. So this miracle could be the same person, or this miracle could be something totally different. It could be something that you've always dreamt of, which you've kept on a back burner because of this person. It could be anything. All right? But you need to work on yourself. The answers you need are coming. So if you're waiting for some sort of answer from this person, even this might come. For all you know, this person who's not communicated, because of which you have these hopes and dreams, they just might tell you where things stand and that they can't offer you anything, say maybe for the next 10 years. Then what do? You still wait? No, you don't. You don't wait for anyone. Life is very precious. Pile number 2, you work on yourself. And when you do, I'm telling you, you have believed in the impossible here and you have miracles here. You will be so pleasantly surprised. And I think you owe it to yourself. All right? So that is all I have for you. I hope this resonated. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye. Pile number 3, those of you who've chosen the career card and this malachite, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. And I feel for some of you, you're really fretting away. You may be working. For some of you, I feel you're working on a book maybe, but doesn't have to be for everyone. But you've really been working hard. It's almost the energy of the 7 of Pentacles that I'm getting, that you're working, you've been patient. With this money plant out here, I feel you're waiting for your finances to grow. You're waiting for something to move. And guess what? You've chosen malachite. Indeed, your career is going to transform. This is the crystal for transformation, malachite. And it's going to grow. There is going to be a lot of money coming in. There is going to be a lot of growth in your career, all right? This is beautiful energy I'm picking up, and it's because you've been putting in the effort, all right? Now let's see what the cards have to say. We're going to take out one card which says, what do you need to release in order to be free? And then we're looking at the other card which tells you where it is that you're going to progress and expand, all right? So the first card, what do you need to release? You get the Queen of Swords in reverse. And what is expanding or progressing in your life? And you get the Temperance in reverse. Okay. Okay. And then you have, oh, you get 2 cards here. I didn't know that. Ah, you get courage. Oh, wow, I love this. And along with courage, you get flow. Okay, you've got extra cards here. Now, what do we do about that? Here. And then you get step out of your comfort zone. Wow. Okay. And last but not the least, you get trust all will be well. New moon in Virgo. I like the sound of this. This is beautiful. Okay. So pile number 3. What is it that you need to release in order to be free? With the Queen of Swords is someone who knows her boundaries very well. She's the most experienced of all the queens because she's had a raw deal and she's learned it the hard way, but now she sees right through everything. Her thinking is very clear. She's extremely intelligent. She may be very charming, but you do not try and fool her because she can see right through you. All right, and she's got her boundaries in place. She will be nice, she will be helpful till you step that boundary, and then she'll cut you down to size. You don't mess with her. Now for you, you get this in reverse. What does that mean? That means that you're still not standing in your power. You still let people walk all over you. You may be real, you may be in a career where you're working with people and you just keep, what's the word? People just walk all over you. They get you to do their work, you don't get credit for it. Every time your promotion comes up, someone else gets it. They just tell you, you'll get it next time. At the last minute, you're sidelined. You just don't feel seen, but you carry on. For some of you, it could be because you really need the money. But what you're being told is, you've got to understand what's important to you. You've got to understand that this is not the last career on this planet. You have the skill that it takes for you to do big things. But you're just stuck here because you're scared. If I leave this, then what? What if I never get a job? Is that even possible? That you will never get a job? You have a skill set. You've been in this place. You've got the experience. Then why wouldn't things work out for you? In fact, with this step out of the comfort zone, when you leave this job, this place of work that you are in where you're not treated right, you're not getting paid right, you're not getting your promotion, this work doesn't do anything for you, you don't enjoy doing this work, people walk all over you, and you don't have the ability to show people their place because you just get cowed down. Why would you want to be in a setup like this? All right, I'm unblocking this energy for you, and I want you to be able to embody the energy of the Queen of Swords irrespective of your gender. No one is to treat you shoddily anymore. Pile number 3. You do not stay where you're not valued. Very important. This is what you need to do. You've got to rid yourself of this energy of being good to people, giving them a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, limitless chances. That has to stop. You've got to value yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and in doing that, you teach others how to love and respect you. And if for that you have to let go of this job, place you are in, leave it. When you leave this, when you step out of your comfort zone, you are transforming your career, your life. All right? Now, if this isn't a work situation, it's a home situation, wherever it is, wherein you are bending backwards to make things work, where you're not valued, where you're not respected. It could be a home situation as well. You've got to change the dynamic there, or you have to walk out, because this is not serving you. You've got to look at the bigger picture. All right? What is it that I'm bringing to this table? Am I actually bringing nothing to the table at all? If I am, then why is my work not being valued? And to be honest with you, it's all about energy. When you don't value yourself, you don't realize it, but that's what you're projecting outside. And then people don't value you either. And when you stand up for yourself, initially people will not like it, because they're used to pushing everything onto you and getting it done. Everyone will resist, doesn't matter. You be your best friend. You stand up for yourself. You value and respect yourself. And if you have to change a couple of jobs, change 5, 6, doesn't matter. You stick with yourself. And I'm telling you, with the kind of work experience that you have, you can do it. The problem is that you've told yourself that you cannot. And you do not value, respect yourself and your abilities. You don't see what you bring to the table. Anyone can convince you that you don't do anything at all. But you know, you have this inner knowing. You need to see the bigger picture, and you need to take that decision no matter how uncomfortable it is, because that is what's going to transform your life, your career. It will take courage, but you've got this. You have to come into this Queen of Swords energy and trust that all will be well. Initially, maybe people will say, what is this? Because they've always bullied you into listening. But when you just somehow bring that inner strength and, believe in who you are, things will change so beautifully for you. And trust the universe. I kept this crystal here just for this reading. This is the black obsidian. You are protected, pile number 3. You are protected. Don't worry about it. Surrender the outcome to the divine. You do what you need to do. Valuing yourself and going away from where a situation, you either talk things straight, this is not working for me, either this changes or I'm out of here. And if they don't like that attitude because they're not used to it, and they say, no, we can let you go, go. You will find something beautiful. Don't worry about it. All right? What is going to expand and grow in your life? And I feel more than anything, I was telling you when I read this, 7 of Pentacles energy, Temperance upright is also the energy of patience. All right? Alchemy. Once you come out of this situation and learn to value yourself, you're showing courage. In doing so, you're actually balancing the scales. Temperance is all about balance as well. And in doing so, you become this person who's going to actually alchemize their life. All right? And things that were slow in coming because you've not been doing what you need to do, so the universe is not giving you what you were meant to get. You start speeding things up. All you need to do is get out of this situation, believing in yourself, valuing yourself, respecting yourself, know what you bring to the table, and then leave the rest to the universe. In doing so, you will come back into balance and things will start shifting very fast for you. You are going to be this wonderful, what do I say? The word that came out is magician. So, magician. You are going to be able to alchemize things for you. Your life, your career is going to change. Your finances are going to change. With this flow card here, I just get this feeling of, so much of abundance coming in just when you set this dynamic right, of giving too much, of not being respected, of just being a pushover. No, not you. And when you do that, there's going to be so much abundance in your life. I just feel there's going to be a steady flow of all the abundance coming in. It's like abundance flows to me and through me, that kind of. You are going to be the King of Pentacles is what I feel, irrespective of your gender. But it starts with action and starts with walking out of your comfort zone. All right, you've taken a lot. You've not been valued for what you bring to the table. Now it's time for you to value yourself and teach others around you how to value and respect you. All right, it's very important. I'm sending you so much love and light. All the very best. Bye-bye. Pile number 4, those of you who've chosen the success card or this beautiful clear quartz, welcome to your reading. You may be air signs, or you may have very strong air in your chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in your top 3. I feel you're very connected to Source, to the universe. And even though you're here for this reading, I feel that you know that success is just around the corner. You feel it. I feel you really feel it in your bones, all right, that it's just coming. Now, the first card is going to tell you what is it that you need to release to be able to be free. And the second card is going to be what is going to grow and expand in your life, all right? So for the first card, you get the Two of Pentacles in reverse. And for the second, you get the the Knight of Swords. Okay. Along with that, you get pleasure. Okay. And prosperity lies ahead. What did I say? What did I say? And you know it. You already know this. And embrace the flow of life. Beautiful. I love this. This is going to be a very quick reading, looks like. All right. Beautiful pile number 4. What is it that you need to release to be able to be free? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Two of Pentacles is someone who's juggling 2 things, maybe more than 2 things. All right? Not being able to get the balance right. Not being able to prioritize. Two of Pentacles in reverse. You actually know what you need to prioritize. But you keep doubting yourself. It's Libra kind of energy that I'm getting, where you're indecisive. You know it needs to be done, but just when you're about to do what's important, there's this other side of you which says, but even that is important. And then you try to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and you come into, you're not able to decide what needs maximum priority. And it's not that you don't know. You know. But when it comes to actually acting on it, you get into this place where, I think I can hack it all. It just needs a proper balance, and I think I'll be able to do it, everything. And so every time you start out saying that, okay, I'm prioritizing, this is what needs to be done, I'm letting this go, I might delegate this, but when it actually comes, you just feel that, no, I think I could manage everything. This is a very air sign thing, I feel, wherein I will not say you bite more than you can chew. It's just that I feel that you know that you've got a brilliant mind. You see things very clearly. And you don't like asking for help is what I get. And you also may have a tendency to feel that others can't do it as well as you can. And so you take on everything. It's not that you going out of your way to take everyone else's bet. No. You know what you have to do. You know it's, to be honest with you, it reminds me of me to some extent, which I'm actually working on. When I write my diary, every night I write what I need to do for the next day. And the day I write 2-3 things, I do them all. But some days I just get this feeling that I can get a lot done because I'm feeling very bright. And then I write some 15 things on the list, and believe me, those days Not even one thing gets done off the list because I'd be doing something else. I just get overwhelmed thinking of the list. And this is the energy I'm picking up from you. Once you release this energy, once you realize that things can be delegated, and if they cannot be delegated, you can prioritize and just concentrate on one thing. I feel for you, pile number 4, if you're watching this, you need to practice unlearning multitasking. I think you've been multitaskers for a very long time, and this needs to stop. And you must be just listening to this and the first thing thinking, isn't that inefficient? No, it's not. On the contrary, it is very efficient, and it is very good for your nervous system, and it's very good for your life, and it will bring you success soon. All right? Mull over what I've said. You don't believe it? Practice it for a month. Tell me the difference. I'll wait for your comment. All right? Now, once you release this, you will free yourself from a lot of unnecessary clutter. All right? So what is going to progress in your life? What's going to expand? And you get the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is someone who speaks their truth. They can be, that's how you describe the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Someone who just comes in with the truth. They don't know the full truth, but they say it in whichever way it is. They may hurt people. And in your case, this is going to expand. What I feel is that you are moving from the Knight of Wands. Sorry, why do I keep saying Wands? From the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords. You have clarity. But once you start, it's almost as though when you start prioritizing on one thing, two things, and just do that much and do it, instead of multitasking, just do one thing fully with all your focus, a little bit of that scatterbrain energy gets sorted, completely sorted. The kind of clarity, you get this, look at this, you've taken the clear quartz. The kind of clarity you get is going to be phenomenal, and you will expand from the Knight of the Knight of okay, all right, thank you, Spirit. You will be able to see things so clearly like the King of Swords, but you will also get this surge in energy and creativity to move your whatever it is that you're working on to the next level. I kept wondering, I'm looking at Knight of Swords, and why am I saying Knight of Wands? The Knight of Wands, when you talk about in a relationship, the Knight of Wands, you say the player energy, charming, doesn't stay for long. But Knight of Wands, when you talk about creativity, is a certain, I feel it's like getting a huge surge of energy, one huge idea, and that idea you got to work about immediately, because it is such a huge boost you get that it can't last. It's like, you can't ask a sprinter to sprint in a marathon. That's a totally different thing. Sprint happens only 100 meters or 200 meters or whatever. But that's the energy I'm getting. Once you start focusing on one job at a time, prioritizing and doing only that much in a day, you clear your mind of clutter, you start focusing better, you get so much of clarity like the King of Swords that you're able to unleash your creativity, and it comes rushing in like the Knight of Wands, that energy, so that you can actually work on it. And whatever lull you're finding in your career maybe, or whatever it is that you're doing, you will get such brilliant ideas and you will know exactly what you do. And because you're not doing everything, you get time to have this balance between work and your life. You taking time out for things that bring you happiness, to just slow down a bit, calm your senses, pursue a hobby maybe, embrace the flow of life. And what does all that lead to? Venusian energies, prosperity lies ahead. Taurus and Libra ruled by Venus. Venus is all about luxury, pleasure, beauty, money. So you've got to do things right. You will never find a Libran or a Taurus chasing after something. It's just not them. Okay, they very sharp, but they do things as per their time. They don't want to rush and do things. They just want that comfort. Everything should be beautiful. Aesthetic should be beautiful. They don't think twice before spending money if they can get the best of everything. Why? Because that is the way Venus works. All right. And in this case, when you want success, that's why you've chosen this card. You will get it when you can clear your mind, because I feel this is definitely an air sign energy very strongly. Doesn't have to be, but you will have it in your top 3, a Gemini, Libra or Aquarius. And while you have great ideas, it's very quick. This transition from absolute clear thinking to total chaos can happen very fast for air signs. And in this case, you definitely need to stop multitasking. Just pick 1 or 2 things that you're going to focus on in a day. Take time to do other things, and you will just watch within maybe a week or so. If you actually continuously do it, you will start getting so much clarity. And then you'll find, if you're feeling your creativity is blocked or you're not getting ideas to move things forward, that's going to change, and there's going to be a lot of prosperity ahead, a lot of success coming your way. So embrace this flow of life, and I wish you all the very best. I love this reading. So you can be on this beautiful, riding the wave of success very soon. All you have to do is work a little less and get that balance, work and pleasure balance in order. Sending you so much love and light. Bye-bye.